Today, we're taking a look at one of the most demanding hierarchies on the planet, the U.S. Air Force. But this isn't just going to be a story about rules and ranks. Oh no, it's about the unseen pressures, the tests that aren't on any schedule, and the political games that forge leaders, starting from the absolute rock bottom. So let's put you in the boots. From the second you arrive, this journey is all yours. You've got these big dreams, right? Joining the absolute elite. But the path? It starts at the very bottom, in a world that is literally designed to break you long before it even thinks about building you up. Right now, you are an Airman Basic. That's the lowest possible rank. You have no insignia, no stripes on your sleeve, and you barely even have a name. They just scream your last one like it's a number. You don't lead, you don't decide anything, and you definitely don't have an opinion. Your job is to watch, to execute, and to stay quiet. Your only mission is to adapt and just survive a system that has absolutely zero patience for weakness. So this first phase of your journey, it's all about you. It's this internal battle you're waging against your own limits, your own ego, and this constant crushing pressure that's making you question if you even deserve to be there in the first place. You know, most people don't fail because they can't do enough push-ups. They get sent home for lying about their past, for constantly breaking discipline, or for just cracking under the pressure. The Air Force isn't really looking for physical titans. It's testing for your psychological resilience. And you have to understand, at this stage, you are completely and totally replaceable. After a few months, you might get an automatic promotion to Airman. Still no insignia. But then you see your peers with a single stripe because they had some college credits or were an Eagle Scout. It's this tiny little symbol that just reminds you that you started with nothing. And then, one day, completely without warning, a new test appears. It is not on any schedule, and you learn very quickly that in military life, uncertainty is the only thing you can count on. You have 1 week. That's it. And while a lot of the others are just dismissing it as a rumor, you start training at night. You're running on wet sand, practicing holding your breath in that freezing cold water. And that's when a new problem shows up. An officer. He singles you out. He accuses you of showing off. And then the punishments start. Extra duties, harsher inspections. So while everyone else rests, you're working. And after every single punishment, you go right back to training. It's always someone. This time, it's you. But you pass the test. You climb past senior airman, and you become a staff sergeant, a non-commissioned officer. And this right here is where the game changes completely. See, it's no longer just about your own survival. Now, it's about the survival of your team. The stakes are now astronomically higher. You're supervising aircraft maintenance, electronics, logistics. And out here, a small technical error, a screw not tightened on an F-16, a wrong calculation on weight and balance, that isn't some administrative slap on the wrist. No, it's a catastrophe just waiting to happen in midair. And this is where you face your first real test of leadership. One of your subordinates, they screw up. They make a mistake. So what do? Do you report it, keep your own record clean, but pretty much sacrifice their career? Or do you handle it quietly, protecting them and building loyalty, but risking your entire future if something goes wrong? There is no easy answer here. And whatever you choose is going to define the kind of leader you become. You keep climbing, technical sergeant, master sergeant. You prove your judgment time and time again. But as you start to enter the senior enlisted ranks, your technical skill, well, that's just the entry fee. The game shifts now to influence, strategy, and yeah, even politics. And then, a deployment overseas changes everything. You're supporting special operations. We're talking night missions where helicopters fly with no lights and the margin for error is literally zero. And that officer, the one who tormented you back in training, he's there too. And now his survival depends entirely on your team. During a critical mission, a helicopter shows an anomaly. The officer orders you to proceed. You refuse. You ground the aircraft. And guess what? Minutes later, a fault is found that would have disabled the entire navigation system. You just beat him. Not with defiance, but with competence under fire. Making it to Senior Master Sergeant is intensely competitive. Your decisions now affect entire squadrons. And the battlefield? It shifts again. It's no longer an overseas deployment, it's a public relations crisis. A video gets leaked, the press starts calling, and suddenly you're in the room where the official story is being crafted. So who takes the fall? Your decision right there is going to shape your legacy. And then you do it. You reach the absolute peak of the enlisted force, Chief Master Sergeant. a rank held by just over 1% of all airmen. You're not just a supervisor anymore. You're an advisor to commanders, a pillar of the institution. When morale drops or a scandal starts to brew, they don't look for a pilot, they look for you. You're the one holding the internal balance of the entire Air Force. You've made it. You are at the top. Or so you think. And then comes this shocking realization. The summit you just reached, it's actually the ceiling of the enlisted world. Above you, there is an entirely separate hierarchy, a whole new universe you can only get into with a commission. It's like starting the game all over again. And this is the jarring reality of military structure. A second lieutenant, fresh out of college, has the legal authority to give a direct order to a chief master sergeant with 2 decades of service. The test is no longer yours, but theirs. The question is this new officer wise enough to actually listen to the experience standing right in front of them? As you ascend the officer ranks, the scope of your responsibility just expands exponentially. You're not managing people on a flight line anymore. You're designing the very nature of modern warfare itself. As a major, you're planning entire air operations. You're sitting in front of maps, weather data, refueling routes. The war is won right here, long before a single plane ever takes off. Then, as a lieutenant colonel, you might command an entire base. Your decisions are no longer just military, they're geopolitical. Parking a squadron of jets in a certain country can send a political message that's way stronger than anything a diplomat could say. And the final ascent, that's into the world of generals, where your entire reality becomes strategy. A 1-star general turns national policy into actual capability. A 2-star commands all the air forces in a theater of war. A 3-star is planning for global conflict. And as one of only 9 4-star generals in existence, you're deciding the very future of American air power. But even above that, there is one final, almost mythical rank, a 5-star general. This is a rank that doesn't exist for ordinary command. It's reserved for those moments when the very survival of the nation is at stake. This rank it's defined by its rarity. It has been held by only one person in the entire history of the U.S. Air Force, Henry Hap Arnold, who led the force through World War II. We're not just talking about a military leader here. This is a figure of history. At this level, the transformation is total. The nameless recruit who was getting screamed at before dawn, gone. The leader of soldiers, also gone. You are now something else entirely. You are war itself, in its most final and absolute form. Which leaves us with one last question. This entire journey, from being a number on a training base to a name in the history books, it's a relentless, lifelong climb. But after all of those choices, all of those sacrifices made in the shadows, what is the human cost of that climb? And is the view from the very, very top truly worth it?